Now, we need to subtract a fraction from a mixed number, but if we look at our denominators, we can see that they're not the same, and to subtract fractions, we need the denominators to be the same. So, for this first question, we need to find a fraction equivalent to 1/2, which has a denominator of 10. So instead of writing 1½ we can write 1 5/10. That's equivalent because we use multiplication to find equivalent fractions. 2 times 5 is 10. What we do to the denominator, we do to the numerator as well, and 1 times 5 is 5. But we need to subtract 7/10, and we only have 5/10 in our mixed number. So we need to change this mixed number to an improper fraction. That's 15/10, because 1 times 10 is 10, plus 5 is 15, and the denominator stays the same. So now we can subtract 7/10. The denominator stays the same in our answer, and 15 minus 7 is 8. So our answer is 8/10. Now we have 1 1/3 minus 5/6. Again, we need the denominators to be the same, so we need to find a fraction equivalent to 1/3, which has a denominator of 6. So instead of 1 1/3, we can write 1 2/6. That's equivalent because 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 times 2 is 2. But we need to subtract 5/6, and we only have 2/6 in our mixed number, so we need to change it to an improper fraction. 1 times 6 is 6, plus 2 is 8, so that's 8/6. So now we can subtract 5/6. The denominator stays the same, 8 minus 5 is 3, so our answer is 3/6. Now we have 1 1/8, but we need to subtract 1/4. Again, we need the denominators to be the same, but this time we need to find a fraction equivalent to 1/4, which has a denominator of 8. Remember, when we find equivalent fractions, we're looking to make the smaller denominators larger. So here, the 1 1/8 stays the same, but instead of subtracting 1/4, we can subtract 2/8, because 4 times 2 is 8, 1 times 2 is 2, so these fractions are equivalent. But again, we only have 1/8 in our mixed number, and we need to subtract 2/8, so we can change our mixed number to an improper fraction. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so we can rewrite our question as 9/8 minus 2/8. The denominator stays the same, 9 minus 2 is 7, so our answer is 7/8. So let's think about what we did here. For this first question, we started with 1 1/2. We changed that to 1 5/10, but we needed to subtract 7/10, so we changed our 1 into tenths as well, and that gave us 15/10. Then we could subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those tenths to leave us 8/10 as our answer. Then we started with 1 1/3, but we were taking away 6. So first we saw that 1 1/3 is the same as 1 2/6, but because we needed to take 5/6 away, we needed to turn our 1 into 6 as well, so that's 8/6. Then we could subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those 6 to leave us 3/6 as our answer. Finally, we had 1 1/8, but we needed to subtract 1/4. We changed 1 1/8 into 9/8, and we saw that 1/4 is the same as 2/8. So if we subtract 2 of those 8ths, we get 7/8 as our answer. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that was helpful. If you're a teacher or a parent, then please subscribe or go to keystage2maths.com to download resources for this lesson and many more. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.